Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It is me, once again, screaming into the void of the internet. I don't know why I always say ladies and gentlemen when it's literally only men watching this, but on off chance that it is a chick, hey, whatever. It's just a habit. Uh, let's go ahead and get right into the topic. Yeah, you see the title, and I'm gonna say it again. Don't be afraid to be labeled hateful. Don't be afraid to be labeled any kind of good old, sticker of shame that people like to associate with you these days, and there are several freaking Canadian geese, so hopefully they mind their freaking business, like people say. And before Florida man gets mauled by geese, but nah, I'd freaking roll these things, hecky. I'm not about to be freaking playing games. Like, they got a freaking easy arse weak point with the neck, so if they want to come up in here and try something, then they could get it. Period, point blank. But, aside from that, what I kind of want to talk about is mainly this idea that I find it very irritating that we are in a day and age where everybody is basically trying to hide behind something when you try and criticize them. Now, I know I talked about this a little bit, like with the video that I talked about, like with Kanye's song, for example. But I kind of want to go in depth because, like, you're seeing it so much now, right? Oh, if you say anything that most gals find offensive, well, you're being hateful. You're being a misogynist. You're being this. You're being that, right? You criticize the alphabet soup group. All of a sudden, oh, you're hateful, oh, you're phobic, you're bigoted, blah, 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 blah. You criticize little hat bastards, right? Oh my gosh, he's antiseptic, blah, 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 blah. Never mind why you're criticizing, right? All that matters is that you're criticizing. And my thing is this. It is exactly this reason why a lot of people in general have become so outright despicable with their behavior in general, right? You don't criticize them enough, and because you don't criticize them, you don't even feel like you should take action. You know, say what you will about, like, say, like, a lot of freaking chicks, because I know I made a video, like, a while back when I was still in Miami, about, like, this teacher that was, like, holding a kid that she was, like, struggle snuggling at gunpoint. And I said, a lot of guys will sit there and they'll see that and they'll go, oh, I want to be a victim because, like, because at least she was getting laid, and so we should be proud of that. But then if it was a freaking guy struggle snuggling with somebody, then it's, oh, we should cut his dick off and throw it in a wood chipper and stuff like that. And, it's not really just the fact that you're not willing to criticize them. It's like you're enablers in a lot of ways, right? And I'm not saying you guys. I'm saying in general. Like, if you're going to be one of these people and you're not criticizing stuff that needs to get criticized, then you're enabling it. You're enabling it because you don't want to, like, call it for what it is. And I despise that crap because you're seeing firsthand right now, again, the results of when you are not allowed to criticize certain groups. They have just completely flown off the goddamn rails. They have. I can't think of any group right now, that doesn't piss me off a lot, that it has some kind of little measure in place where you're not supposed to criticize them, right? I can't think of one. I can't stand, like, the freaking modern female. And, all they've got to hide behind is, well, misogynistic. He hates women, blah, 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 right? Alphabet soup bastards. Oh, you're being phobic and bigoted. And you're just scared and all this bullcrap, right? And then don't forget good old tiny hat people. And when I say that, let's go ahead and call it for what it is. I'm specifically speaking about the freaking infiltrators that infiltrated multiple freaking countries, and essentially have made it to where they're making sure that they get money from all these different people. And if any single person calls them out on, like, okay, why the heck are they getting all this money? Oh, you're being antiseptic. You're not our ally. Well, I want to know why you're getting this money. Now, if you mean our ally, like, what are you doing for us? I can't think of any instance where if we're in some kind of natural disaster, we get any relief from these cocksuckers. But we're supposed to continuously just be throwing money at these cocksuckers. No. That's not how that works. You should always want to know where the money goes. If you know where the money goes and you trace it back to the people, usually some of those bastards are the ones causing your problems. And you'd have to be an idiot. You'd have to be you have to be one of these freaking birds just picking in the freaking grass to actually think that, hey, listen, these cunts are literally taking tons of money. They don't do anything to return, like, the freaking money that they're getting. They don't help with relief. They don't do anything. But we should just keep giving it to them. You'd have to be, again, like one of these freaking birds just walking around the grass, just eating out of that crap. You'd have to be. Because that's your average int. If you think that that's actually fine. I'm just being real. You'd have to be. You'd have to be. And it's really insane to me because you know something, man? It's not hard to connect dots. It really isn't. It's not hard. Recognizing patterns, irregardless of if that makes people get mad, is a part of the truth. I don't care if I am associated with a group merely because of the color of my skin that you would think is gonna like do some violent stuff. Yes. And listen, if you feel uncomfortable as a result, I don't blame you. I don't like those cocksuckers. They're undesirables. Every freaking group in the world, whether you want to call it race, culture, whatever, I don't give a rat's arse, okay? Every group in the world has undesirables in them, okay? I don't care how much you want to suck off any group of people. You're going to have undesirables in that group. Crazy mofos are a part of human culture, period. You're going to have freaking nut jobs and wackos in every group. The difference is, back in the day, we would do something about it. Now, that doesn't mean that everyone who was identified as one, like actually was one and deserved what happened to them. I'm not going to say that at all. But at the same time, there are some mofos that are just off the spectrum and they are willing to do some effed up stuff if you don't freaking get their arse in check. And yet we're supposed to sit around here today and go, oh, don't shame me. Don't criticize me. You're being phobic. You're being bigoted. That crap gets old. That gets old really freaking quick. And that's, again, why we have what we have now. Don't think for a moment that that's not why things are the way that they are. It pisses me off that people are so freaking comfortable now with just blatantly allowing themselves to get screwed over by saying nothing to groups that they know they need to say something about just because they're scared to be considered phobic. They're afraid of being bigoted. Why is it that you have an entire group of mofos that are out here like openly advocating that they should be able to struggle snuggle kids, but it's love, right? And they have an entire month dedicated to these mofos because pride. But I'm going to be ashamed to call that out. I'm going to start wearing that with pride. That's why I start just being honest. Like a phobe, bigot, blah, 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 antiseptic. I just wear that with pride because, hey, that just shows that at least me, the wool ain't over my eyes. Sorry, not sorry. The wool is not over my eyes. I'm not going to sit around here and look at these cocksuckers openly do vile, blatantly evil crap and say nothing. I'm not. No. Crap's irritating. It really is. It starts small. People see how much they can get away with, and then they just keep working their way up. And that crap gets old real freaking quick. But that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about two more things, right? Two more things. Apparently, I have like an update for moving because I actually am going to be trying to move soon. I'm probably going to be moving either by the end of this month or a little bit into July. I have found a room that is within this zip code. I visited it the other day, met the landlady. She was fine. She wasn't from here. She was like a little old lady. She gave me a ride back home, so, I feel like she's probably like she did say she was like from a southern place. I don't remember like the state or whatever, but, she's from a southern place, so I think it was just kind of like one of those like southern hospitality situations. And it's pretty funny because like being in Florida, like you're at the bottom of the freaking country, so you kind of have to go forward to get to the south, because I came from Miami, so, yeah. The room is fine. The security deposit is quite a bit much. It's basically like I'm paying in general just for the rent, just for the freaking security deposit. So that's going to be chunky, but she did say that if I pay the deposit, she'll take the house off, not the house, but the room off the listing. So I think when I get this next paycheck, what I'll probably do is just do that. And then I'll ask if like I can just move in maybe like in July, and I'll line that up with like maybe my third or fourth paycheck, so that I'll be good, Because I did see like a U-Haul, so I'm gonna call the U-Haul when I get a chance and just double check and make sure that, hey, like I can just hire a U-Haul driver to like just come and like just pick up this, not pick up this stuff, will just pick me up, take me to that place, and that'll be good. And you know, they can just go back, because I don't really need the truck for even, I'd argue, like an hour. Like that's how close that this neighborhood is. So yeah. And it's not a goddamn HOA, so all this bullcrap what I'm doing right now, like sitting down because I have to walk like half a mile, like yeah, that's gonna end there, you know, that'll end right there. But also, like, another thing, funnily enough, I've got a meeting, like, in relation to my job, and I kind of asked, like, one of my coworkers, I'm like, hey, listen, like, am I, like, gonna get in trouble at that meeting or something? Like, because I don't know, like, what's going on, but they're gonna have a meeting. Like, my freaking, mail manager, he's still gone, on vacation, so he's not gonna be back. So we'll just have to see. I really hope that, I hope my luck's not gonna kick in again. You know, my good old curse luck. And, you know, I could get in trouble or something. Like, I hope not, dude, because I told y'all it would be some bullcrap, wouldn't it? If, like, the moment that I'm, like, you know, getting my money together, just saving up, getting ready to move, like, if I lose my job or something, you know. Because that'll be the worst case scenario, right? Because the fact of the matter is I have no clue where my folks are going, you know, and things are not really going the best for them in relation to finding work, right? One of them went back to Miami just to, like, get some jobs done in Miami and stuff like that, because they still have their, like, they still have clients in Miami, so it's like they just took a bus and they went back, and that was just that. And they're just trying to, like, you know, get some work done. But, you know, I don't have that option. You know, I'm not saying that, like, this freaking job is something I want to sit at, like, forever, because, listen, it has its problems, you know. It has its problems, you know, like, in my opinion, I think that we're short-staffed in terms of, like, people in the kitchen, but I don't know, and they let go of, like, again, like, a guy who was there for, like, way longer than me, like, just recently, and it's literally because of, like, a dumb reason, like, oh, he wore a jacket, like, under his apron. Like, is that really a reason? Like, that, I don't know, my thing is, like, it might just be me, like, kicking in the worry because my luck, but you know, if that's a reason to, like, let him go, like, and he's been there for years, you know, I hope that, you know, I'm not going to get let go, you know, but I hope that it's not going to happen. I did ask, again, one of my coworkers, he said, like, I should be good, but the only thing is, like, I should probably learn how to move a little bit faster, but again, we're freaking understaffed, so, you know, how fast can you move when, like, someone's asking you to do this, be in, like, 3 different places at once, so it's a little bit irritating, you know. That's why I'm like, you know, like, I would never want to, like, stay at that job long term. It's too busy for its own good. Way too busy. I don't know what it is about freaking, you know, Floridians up here in Jacksonville and this goddamn Chinese food, but it's not that serious. It is not that serious, you know. It's not that serious. But I really hope that I can, like, get everything going, because, like I said, like, by the end of, say, June, if I play my cards right, that should be like 2 more paychecks, because I got the first paycheck, right? I'm working on the second one right now. I should get paid next week. And then I'll put that deposit towards the room. It'll get taken off the marketplace, and then I'll be good. The main reason I want to save money is so that just in case, if, like, say, worst case scenario did happen, like, I could pay for the rent, you know, for like a month or two to be okay, and I could look for a job, like, because this wasn't, like, before, like, this meeting came up, because I didn't know, like, I just found out about this meeting today, but I know how bad the job market is. I know how bad it is, and I have to make sure that, like, especially when I first move in here, that I will be all right for at minimum a month or 2, because of how obnoxiously difficult it is to find work. So that's essentially why I did what I did, you know. It's, in my opinion, man, I think that people are really forgetting that, like, life is such a struggle, and it doesn't really have to be. At least, like, the whole point of society is supposed to be so that, like, the struggles that you would deal with, you know, when, like, building a house, like, trying to, like fight off animals and stuff like that. That is supposed to stop because of society. But all that happens is you pick a different kind of poison, and instead of like dying instantly, you die daily. Instead of dying because you couldn't kill something, you die literally just because you didn't have the money, to do something. Because why didn't you have the money, right? Because of a dumb freaking concept called a job market, right? You know how to do stuff, and even if you don't know how to do stuff, you can learn how to do it. Like I learned how to like do what I needed to do for the most part to operate this job within maybe 3 days, right? Within 3 days, right? And this is something that, again, tons of people who are looking for work could easily replicate. But unfortunately, again, all it is just full of ghost jobs, just collecting your data and then just marketing it off. And you're supposed to just sit there and act like, well, it's your fault for not trying hard enough. And that's why I'm saying it for what it is. I understand, gents, if you're neating and you found a way to like keep it moving with the needing and stuff like that, hey, keep doing it. Keep doing it. I'll be the first one to say it. Keep doing it. F these cocksuckers. F them. All this money that goes to all these different people that aren't in this country, and these guys that are getting absolutely hammered can't get any help. The citizens here can't get any help. Listen, if you can find a way to mooch off of them, good. F these cocksuckers. F them. I do not care at all. If you found the loophole, go for it. Go for it, man. People have to understand, like, hey, listen, I don't care how good people might think that people are. Like, I'm not starving. I'm not starving. If there's a choice between doing something that's air quotes illegal, but it keeps food in my belly, you best freaking believe I'm taking that choice. And I'm someone who doesn't have kids. If they don't have kids, man, if they do have kids, yeah, they're gonna be even more drastic. This cannot continue. All these cocksuckers talking about, how we need to fix the country. What these cocksuckers need to be doing is correcting a whole bunch of freaking job markets, big time. Because this crap don't make no sense. It doesn't make any sense to me how you have all these freaking job markets that are openly volatile and you can lose it at any point. And even if you lost the job, whatever, that shouldn't be the end of the world. But it is these days. Because it takes forever to get another one. It takes forever. So again, I want to make this very clear, gents. I get why a lot of y'all checked out. It's not easy to come here and do this crap all day. And I'm not saying that as complaints. But I'm just being honest. Like, just think about this. Let's say worst case scenario happens at this meeting. I don't know when it is. They said it could be like next week. We'll see. But, let's say worst case scenario happens. I just got this job. I've been here for like, not that long. But if they're willing to let go of people that have had that job for like 4 years over, again, something as petty as someone wearing a freaking hoodie under their apron. Well, that's against the uniform. Listen, if he's cold or something, then let the man wear his hoodie. So long as he's doing the job and showing up on time, that should be what matters. But again, that doesn't matter. But meanwhile, managers, especially the freaking female ones, come late, leave early, make more money, but they're still deciding if you get hired or fired. Does that make any sense? It isn't fair. I get it. So I know why a lot of y'all just said, yeah, F this. I don't care. I'm playing games. I'm getting freaking Social Security. Whatever you're doing, hey, do what you got to do. I get it. But I'm going to go ahead and walk my arse all the way back home. I can't wait till I save up. I hope to God that, again, like I can keep this job. And I hope that meeting goes fine. Because I just want to save up. Move into this place so I'm away from all these freaking females. So I don't have to deal with any of the nonsense anymore. And then if worst case scenario happened, if I do move over there, I'll have a month or two of rent money already ahead saved up. And then I can just focus on trying to get hired at other places, So if the worst case scenario did happen, then all right. Because I'd at least have, money in the pocket. The main thing that was like obliterating me was the fact that I had nothing, I had no money in an account. I had no money in general when I was like looking for it. But now that I have like money in the account, like I have options to like go to interviews and stuff like that. So there's a lot less pressure on you. So yeah. But let me go ahead and get my arse home, guys. Thank you guys for listening. You don't have to, You can do a lot of other stuff than listen to my crazy arse, but I think a lot of us in general, again, like, if you relate to anything that you say, it's just because, again, like, we just have some really crappy luck. We got some really bad hands, and we're just trying to make the most of them, That's all we're doing, and that's all we can do. I get why a lot of people just say F it, and they check out, be it mentally or even, I'll be honest, even literally. I hope that a lot of people don't come to that conclusion, but I understand why. But I've always said, at that point, I just freaking go to jail. I just make these cocksuckers pay for me, I'd make them pay for me. I don't care. I'd make them pay for me. Because, listen, what the heck's the point of me offing myself the way that I see it, right? When I could basically go into freaking jail right now and just be watching YouTube videos on a tablet and stuff, working out and chilling. Oh, but there's struggle snuggles and, like, Tyrone and stuff. Yeah, I don't deny that. I don't deny that at all. But at the end of the day, like, you got to worry about that period. Like, you'd be surprised how many people out here are more than willing to freaking do some unpleasant things to you if they got the chance, Jail is just a group of people that don't have nothing to lose, because they're already in jail. Whereas people here, it's just like if they feel like they can get away with it. You'll be shocked what you can see out here just of what people are willing to do if they think they can get away with it. Think about it. All these corporate people that do stuff that absolutely F's you over, makes your life hell, they do it because they know that they can get away with it. Don't think that they wouldn't freaking off you or struggle you or torture you if they could get away with it. And they could. They could. It happens all the time in, like, some other places, right? In places where, like, they basically bought the freaking police, like, say, these sheiks, like when these gals go to freaking Dubai to get dumped on, porta potty parties, or like I like to call them sheiky parties, like Diddy parties, right? Sheiky parties. Oh yeah, they bought those cops. So when those gals go missing, hey, is what it is, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and end it here, boys. Thank you for listening again, as usual. God bless. I will see you guys next time.